Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As I am wrapping up my journey here at WGU, I thought I would give you a video on how you can pass your teacher interview. I've had much experience being interviewed before, and some of these tips have also been provided by educators that I'm close to based on their experiences when passing their teacher interview as well. Before I get started and talk some more, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. It's important that you start to plan early. Before you even work on anything, start to think about some traits about yourself. What makes you stand out? Understanding your why for why you wanted to be a teacher in the first place, that's going to come up in your teacher interview. So think about character traits that stand out to you, your personal strengths, areas of growth, and your why, because all of that is going to be definitely talked about, especially when the interviewer starts to get to know you. So start with the basics first and plan from there. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to research. And when I mean research, research the district that you want to apply to, research the school, research about the school in general, their mission statement, their values, who's the principal, who's the assistant principal, who are some faculty members that you might come across. Research your state standards. Also research new teaching methods and strategies. Try and keep up to date with some of the latest stuff as well. So researching is just very, very important because it lets the interviewer know that you have paid attention. I would start following that school and see, like, maybe if they have like a social media page that you can kind of follow and get to know the school, and maybe some events they do or the community that they impact. So just really getting to know the school before you even walk in the door is a great way to kind of show the interviewer that you are here to really be a part of their school community. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start to gather resources. So that includes things that are going to help you pass and succeed. Things are going to help you to learn from others' experiences. So your clothing is important. I do have free resources and some resources that may cost a little bit down below to really help you for your teacher interview. Some resources that I have include questions to ask the school, how to pass your interview, during your interview, things like that. I've got some sample questions that are helpful for asking about to the school. I have an edible teacher interview prep as well. And then something by Kathleen Jasper. She has a brand new course on how to get familiarized with an interview process before you actually begin the interview. I think it's around $40, but it's worth the cost to me because it really helps me to pass mine. When it comes to your resume, you want to include a cover letter. You're going to want to talk about who you are and your background. Just some brief stuff. You don't have to go too much into your personal life. In fact, it's better if you kind of keep a few facts about your personal life and just talk a lot about your personal life, because remember, they're going to want to focus on your professional experience, especially when it comes to teaching. Why you want to be a teacher. So that really comes apart into your resume. You're going to want to talk about and list your education experience when it comes to where you got your degree, what kind of licenses you have, certifications you have, awards, professional skills, that sort of thing. You can also include your teaching philosophy. I know I did with mine, and any other kind of experience. So if you're a new teacher fresh off the boat, it is perfectly okay to include teaching experience, maybe from a while back, maybe some volunteer work that you did or help in your community. That is great too. That'll really go a long way. Also include what kind of organizations you're a part of as well. If you're a part of an honor society, whether that's national, state, local by your chapter or whatever, that's really going to play a part as well. When it comes to your professional portfolio, and I did a video on WGU's professional portfolio that they require that you have to do to pass that course. And then I kind of also talked about how you can use it for your interview. So I will link that video down below if you want to see part one of that. I feel like this is kind of part two. It can be physical or digital, but make sure that you provide copies and a way for them to access your professional portfolio even after your interview. This is a great place if you're unfamiliar with a professional portfolio. It's a great place to keep evidence about your teaching experiences. Think about your student teaching experiences, as I said, if you're a new teacher. And then you can also think about experiences that might be worth mentioning. It's also a great place to keep classroom ideas that you were interested by that you really want to implement, or your interviewer will be interested in knowing, especially certain situations like differentiation, classroom management, parent communication, lesson planning. Practice, practice, practice. Practice questions are going to really help you to pass. You can get someone to kind of pretend to be your interviewer if you want. Create some notes or some flashcards just to kind of help you study. Just spend a little time each day going over what you might have to answer to certain questions in your interview. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find, obviously, an interview. I highly recommend going to job fairs. A lot of times schools will post job fairs, sometimes at the end of the year or during the summer, right before the new school year starts. Try and meet in person. If you have to do a phone or maybe a Zoom call or something like that, you can still keep it professional. But meeting in person really lets that person know that not only did you sign up online or pursue an application online, you really want to go the extra mile to get your foot in the door. Definitely don't cram a few days before your interview. You really want to spend a little bit each day going over those questions, planning what you might say. Maybe you have new questions that kind of pop up in your head as a good way to kind of practice. And it's also good to kind of leave your resume everywhere. Maybe you have a support network that can help you get a job quickly. Even if you don't, the people that you interview, you might could use as a support network. Definitely make sure they remember you. So this can be sort of a good thing, regardless if it's your first or you have experience with being interviewed as a teacher. When it's time to do your interview, arrive early and turn off your phone. Act and dress professionally. Do not come to your interview wearing jeans and a top shirt or flip-flops. Don't do that. Just wear nice, sometimes even casual clothes is okay. Just make sure you kind of dress professionally. Introduce yourself and smile. Be enthusiastic about this opportunity if you aren't already. Stay on topic and keep it professional. They may ask you some personal questions, but keep it brief. They really don't want to know any more than just that, because they're really interested to see how you will fit into their school culture, their atmosphere, how you will fit into the classroom. So they are really trying to see, are you a good fit for their school? So keep it professional. It is okay to kind of show off yourself, brag about yourself a little bit. You are kind of selling yourself just a little bit, and that's okay because honestly, that's how you get your foot in the door. That's how you pass your teacher interview. So start with your experience and then what kind of makes you stand out. Show off your knowledge to the school and kind of connect with them. Maybe they might provide some personal experiences or professional experiences with you about a certain situation in the classroom, or a certain situation that you might have encountered and came along the way, and how you used your knowledge when it comes to your degree to kind of handle that situation, and show off your knowledge of the school that you are being interviewed for. Because this lets them know that you actually stayed interested and want to be involved in their school. I guarantee you someone who has been watching and kind of being a part on the sidelines of their school are more likely to get that job than someone who hasn't actually been involved per se. Definitely ask questions about the school. You should want to ask questions anyway. It's very professional. I think it's a great way to kind of say, I'm really interested and I really want this job. So definitely ask questions. Maybe ask about their curriculum. Maybe ask how students are supported in the school. Refer to your resume and your professional portfolio. They're not going to ask about it. You have to actually kind of reference it during your interview. So if they ask about classroom management, say, oh, actually, I kind of have some ideas here in my professional portfolio. Let me show it to you. You actually have to bring it up in the conversation. They're not going to really do that. And it's really good if you do reference it because then you have, like I said, evidence to kind of show that you are who you say you are, and you definitely have experience and you are ready to take on this job. And when the interview is complete, just thank them for the opportunity. Um, give them a follow-up email the next day just to kind of reach out and say thank you again. Really goes a long way. Even if you don't get the interview or you land that job, I think you can still learn some great things from that interview that'll really help you for the next interview that you come across. Interviewing takes practice, and practice makes progress. So don't give up on yourself so easily if you don't land the job that you really want the first time. It definitely does take some practice. It's okay to pause and kind of adjust your pacing in the middle of your interview, because sometimes you may not know entirely what they're really going to ask. Those questions that you prepared only probably make up a small fraction of the questions that you may be given. So it's okay for you to kind of just take a moment and pause and then come up with an answer. I hope this video was really helpful for you, and please don't forget to access those resources that I mentioned down below, along with my video for your professional portfolio. Um, I hope everyone has a great day, everyone. See y'all again soon. Bye.